Hello, welcome to Pauper Guru with your host Matthew Starr. Today we're going to be discussing another deck tech. We're going to be discussing Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. He is 2 white mana, 2 power, star toughness. His toughness is equal to your devotion to white. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield or dies under your control, you gain 1 life. This is the amount of creatures Daxos runs. There's 51 creatures in the whole deck. We're going to begin with the 1-drops all the way up to the 5-drops, like I do in most builds. Yoked Ox and Tatherless Dromedary is the same card. They're both 0/4s for 1 mana. Selfless Catharo is a 1/1 where you can pay 2 and sacrifice to give your whole board +1/+1. Tundra Wolf is a 1/1 with first strike. Infantry Veteran says tap. Target attacking creature gets +1/+0. Ardent Recluse is a 1/1 with Metalcraft, and if you have 3 or more artifacts on board, he gets +1/+1. Fairy Guildmother is a 1/1 flyer where you can pay the adventure cost of 2 by exiling her, and target creature gets +2/+1 in flying. Beloved Princess, a 1/1 lifelink, cannot be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Trained Catharo is a 1/1 with lifelink. Stepped Lynx is a 0/1 for 1 with landfall. Whenever you play a land, it gets a +2/+2 until end of turn. Hunted Witness is a 1/1 whenever it dies, it replaces itself with a 1/1 with lifelink. Sylvanly Angel is a 1/1 flyer with vigilance. Healing Hawk is a 1/1 flyer with lifelink. Honored Guard is a 1/1 that you can pay 1 white to have him get +0/+1 until end of turn. Rustwing Falcon is a 1/2 flyer for 1. Court Homunculus is a 1/1 if you control another artifact, he gets +1/+1. As a disclaimer to the Metalcraft and artifact control, there is, I believe, no artifacts in this whole deck. I just need them because they're 1-drops, and you'll see why in a little bit. Kite Sail Scout is a 1/1 flyer. Sanctuary Cat is a 1/2. Cliffside Lookout is a 1/1 where you can pay 5 to give all your creatures +1/+1 during a turn. That is all of the 1-drops in the deck. And there are 4 cards that are exactly the same, with just different names. They're all 3/1s with Raptor Companion, Prowling Carlpin, Dramoka's Warrior, and Core Cataloger. They're all 3/1s for 2 mana. Ghostly Warden, you can tap him to have target creature get +1/+1 until end of turn. It's good for if you need to save something or buff something for a play. Then all 3 of these are basically the same card with Blinding Mage, Master Decoy, and Squall Drifter. They all say pay a white and tap them to tap target creature. And Coraline Slinger is in the same family, but it only says tap it to tap a creature of power 3 or less. Frontier Rampart is a 0/6 defender. And then we have 3 creatures that have 3 toughness and 1 power for 2 mana. Quadrant Pegasus, Daybreak Champion, and Skyblade Legionnaire. The Skyblade Legionnaire and the Pegasus have flying. The Daybreak Champion has lifelink. Ronin Unicorn is a 2/2. You can sacrifice to destroy target enchantment. Leon Snarecatcher enters the battlefield and you tap target creature. Topin Freeblade is a 2/2 with vigilance that whenever this creature does combat damage to a player, you put a 1/1 counter on this creature. White Mane Lion has Flash, enters the battlefield and return a creature you control to your owner's hand. Sometimes that can be really handy to save your commander, or have an into the battlefield triggers occur with your commander. Core Hookmaster enters the battlefield and taps a creature down. It doesn't get to untap its controller's next untap step. Now onto a plethora of flyers. These are all 3-drop flyers with Sunspire Griffin for 2 white, the only 2 white devotion creature in the whole deck. It's a 2/3 flyer. Shadow Glider is a 2/2 flyer for 3. Grasshorn Orrery is a 2/2 flyer for 3. And Voiceless Spirit is a 2/1 flying first strike for 3. Master Decoy. Whenever he attacks, I get to tap a creature defending player controls. While Griffin is a 2/2 flyer for 3. I apologize, I thought that was all the flyers. Territorial Hammer Skull. Whenever it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls, allowing you to get through more damage, because that's kind of the way this deck wins, is by aggro playing more aggressively against your opponent. Ballynaut Trapper, and you can tap him to tap target creature. Whenever you cast a white spell, untap her. Elgant Encluer, it's a 2/2 with lifelink. Whenever it dies, it replaces itself with a 1/1 spirit. Syndicate Messenger is a 2/3 flyer for 4. Whenever it dies, it replaces itself with a 1/1 spirit. And Loxodon Parnix, it has Battle Cry. Battle Cry is an ability where when it attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. And Squad Captain. And when it enters the battlefield, it gets a 1/1 counter for each creature you control. And she only casts for 5, and on average, you'll have 5-6 creatures when she comes into play. Now, on to the non-creature cards. We're going to start with the enchantments first. Reclamance. Oh, hell. Oh, shit, that's being recorded. I apologize. I'm really tired when I made this video, so please forgive me for anything on it. Reclamance and Bliss. An enchanted creature can attack or block, and you gain 1 life at each upkeep. Fate's Feather. Enchant permanent. You gain 4 life when you play Fate's Feather. Enchant permanent can attack, block, or activate abilities. Now on to the instants and sorceries of the deck. Ajani's Presence. Target creature gets +1/+1 and indestructible. It also has Strive, where you can pay 1 white and 2 of anything to copy the spell and target another creature. Gaze of Justice. You tap 3 untapped creatures you control, and you exile target creature. Indestructible Aura. It prevents all damage dealt to one of your creatures until end of turn. Glinted Light. You gain Shroud until end of turn. Righteous Blast. Blow and Talent Strike. It's the same card. It deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature for 1 mana. Gideon's Rebuke and Divine Arrow is the same card. Deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature for 2 mana. Summary's Judgment deals 3 damage to target tapped creature, or if it's during your turn, it deals 5 damage to target tapped creature. Angelic Purge, as additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a permanent. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. True Love's Kiss, exile target artifact or enchantment and draw a card. White has a real problem drawing cards. It's hard to find stuff that lets you draw in white. And Feat of Resistance. Target creature gets a 1/1 counter, and you can call any color in the game, and that creature will gain protection until end of turn. Now on to the actual only real combo of the deck, and the reason why all the creatures are so low on the mana cost. Daxos says whenever a creature enters the battlefield or dies under your control, you gain 1 life. you will run these two cards in combination to get the best benefit out of his ability. Unruly Mob and Lawrence Mantle. What it's going to do is you enchant the mantle to Unruly Mob. You may pay 1 with the enchantment to sacrifice a permanent you control to give it +2/+2, and flying until end of turn. It will trigger Unruly Mob to give him an additional 1/1 counter, and it will trigger Daxos to give you an additional life. So basically, you cast the creature, get the 1 life trigger off of Daxos, pay 1 with Unruly Mob enchanted to sacrifice the creature you just cast to gain 2 life in 1 turn, and swing in for... He'll start off originally hitting for 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then so on, the more you sacrifice and the more you do. And then you round it out with 34 basic planes. I hope y'all like, share, and subscribe, and I apologize for anything said in the video that wasn't appropriate or someone didn't like. Please be safe out there.